What is actually inside your yogurt? When you grab that tub of creamy yogurt from the supermarket fridge, you probably assume it is a healthy Australian product. After all, yogurt is supposed to be good for you. But what if I told you that most yogurt brands on Australian shelves are owned by foreign multinationals, that some tubs contain as much sugar as ice cream, and that iconic Australian yogurt brands have been quietly sold to French and American corporations? Australia's yogurt market is worth nearly $4 billion. Australians increasingly buy yogurt for their health benefits, with 67% of adults actively seeking healthier food options. But behind those health claims lies a story of foreign takeovers, hidden sugars, and an industry where your money flows overseas while our dairy farmers struggle. Today we are exposing 7 yogurt brands sold in Australia that you should avoid. Stay until the end, because I will reveal the genuine Australian-owned alternatives that actually support our farmers and your health. Let us start with the worst offender. Number 7. Jalna. This one really hurts. Jalna was founded in 1959 by Polish migrant Simon Goldman in Melbourne. In 1978, he sold the business to the McLaren family for $350,000. For over 40 years, Jalna was a beloved Australian family business, known for its pot-set yogurts made with pure, fresh ingredients. They even operated their own biodynamic farm in Cayuga, Victoria. Then in 2022, French dairy giant Lactalis acquired Jalna. Lactalis is the world's largest dairy company, with over 250 production sites across 50 countries. The acquisition included the Jalna brand, their Melbourne production facility, and their biodynamic milk farm in northern Victoria. Jalna holds about 12% market share of yogurt in Australia. But now every dollar you spend on Jalna flows to a French family business headquartered in Laval, France. And here is what makes Lactalis particularly concerning. In July 2023, Lactalis Australia was fined $950,000 by the federal court for breaching the Dairy Code of Conduct. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission found their contracts contained unfair terms, including clauses allowing Lactalis to terminate agreements if farmers engaged in what they considered public denigration. Essentially, farmers could lose their livelihoods for speaking out about how they are being treated. So Jalna, the yogurt brand founded by an immigrant who built a family business, owned by an Australian family for 44 years, is now controlled by a French multinational fined nearly $1 million for unfair treatment of farmers. Hey you! Before we move on to the next brand, I want to extend an invitation. I know it is a lot of information to absorb. When I started researching all of this, I felt completely lost. So I started taking notes. Every brand I researched, every hidden trick on the labels I discovered, every safer alternative I found. Over time, this has become something I use every time I go shopping. Have you ever thought about if there was a complete guide that told you exactly what to buy or what to avoid? Well, it exists, and I call it my secret Australian food survival guide. It covers all the aisles, all the product categories, the brands to avoid, and the ones worth supporting. If you want to take a look, I have left a link in the pinned comment and in the QR code appearing on your screen. I do not know how long I will keep it there, but it has completely changed the way my family eats. If it makes sense to you, I will be waiting for you at the special link. Now let us get back to the video. Number 6. Tamar Valley and Valia. Tamar Valley sounds as Australian as it gets. Named after Tasmania's pristine Tamar Valley, the brand was known for thick, creamy Greek-style yogurts. Valia was marketed as a probiotic yogurt supporting digestive health and immunity. Both brands were once part of Fonterra Australia's yogurt business. But in 2016, French-owned Parmalat acquired Tamar Valley, Valia, ski yogurt and production facilities in Echuca, Victoria and Tamar, Tasmania from Fonterra. Since Lactalis owns Parmalat, both brands are now French-owned. Lactalis Australia also owns Paul's Milk, oak-flavoured milk, and Icebreak iced coffee. When you buy Tamar Valley or Valia, you are sending your money to the same French multinational that was fined nearly $1 million for unfair treatment of Australian farmers. Number 5. Chobani and Gippsland Dairy. Chobani markets itself as a wholesome, authentic Greek yogurt. But Chobani is an American company founded in New York by Turkish immigrant Hamdi Ulukaya in 2005. In 2011, Chobani expanded into Australia by acquiring Bede Foods, the Victorian company that made Gippsland dairy yoghurt. Chobani invested $30 million to expand the Dandenong South facility and began manufacturing in 2012. So both Chobani and Gippsland Dairy are American-owned. Gippsland Dairy was founded in Australia in 1950 and was once a genuinely local brand. Now it is a wholly owned subsidiary of a New York company valued at around $20 billion. In 2025, Chobani announced it secured $650 million in equity capital to expand production, valuing the company at about $20 billion. None of that value belongs to Australian shareholders. Number 4. Activia, Yopro and Danone Ultimate. Danone is a French multinational, one of the largest food companies in the world. In Australia, Danone operates through Danone Murray Goulburn Pty Ltd, a joint venture with Saputo Dairy Australia. Remember Murray Goulburn? The dairy cooperative that was 100% Australian farmer owned for nearly 70 years until it was sold to Canadian multinational Saputo for $1.31 billion in 2018. That is your joint venture partner. Danone Murray Goulburn produces Activia, marketed with digestive health claims, Yopro high-protein yogurt, and Danone Ultimate. The yogurt is manufactured at Kiwa in northeast Victoria, but the profits are split between a French multinational and a Canadian multinational. In 2016, Murray Goulburn slashed farm gate prices below production costs. The Australian Securities and Investments Commission fined them $650,000 for misleading statements. Former Managing Director Gary Helou reportedly pocketed $10 million while farmers struggled to break even. Number 3. High sugar flavoured yogurts. Here's something the health marketing doesn't tell you. A Live Lighter survey found some yogurts contain a whopping 7.5 teaspoons of sugar in just one small 160-gram tub. That's 4.5 teaspoons of sugar per 100 grams, almost as much as ice cream. Research across Australia, England and South Africa found flavoured yogurts averaged 11.5 grams of sugar per 100 grams, with 42% being free sugar, not the natural lactose. What's worse? Manufacturers promote these yogurts as low-fat, diet, natural, and high in probiotics. So shoppers think they're making a healthy choice when they're actually buying dessert in disguise. The Heart Foundation recommends choosing reduced-fat yogurts with less than 12 grams of sugar per 100 grams. As a rule of thumb, about 6 grams is natural lactose. Anything above that is likely added sugar. Always check the nutrition panel. If sugar is in the top 5 ingredients, that product is high in added sugar. Number 2, Coles and Woolworths home brand yogurt. Just like with milk, the supermarket giants offer cheap home brand yogurts that undercut genuine Australian producers. Coles and Woolworths together control approximately 65% of Australia's grocery sales. Their private label yogurts put price pressure on independent Australian producers who can't compete with the buying power of billion-dollar corporations. A ACCC inquiry found Coles and Woolworths are among the most profitable supermarket businesses compared to global peers. Their margins increased during the cost of living crisis, while dairy farmers saw their numbers collapse from nearly 13,000 farms in 2000 to under 4,000 by 2024. When you buy supermarket home brand yogurt, you're supporting businesses that have been sued by ACCC for allegedly misleading customers with fake discount promotions, and that have faced billion-dollar wage theft scandals. Number 1, AUSSIES. Ski was once one of Australia's most popular yogurt brands, a staple on Australian breakfast tables for generations. It was produced by dairy farmers under licence from Nestlé. But like so many Australian dairy brands, Ski has changed hands multiple times. In 2016, when Parmalat acquired Fonterra's yogurt business, Ski was part of the deal. Today, Ski is owned by Lactalis Australia, the same French multinational behind Paul's Milk. The Ski brand you remember from childhood is now just another product in a French conglomerate's portfolio, alongside brands in 94 countries. Every dollar you spend on Ski flows to a family business headquartered in Laval, France, not to Australian farming families. So what should you use instead? Genuinely Australian-owned alternatives are available right now. Australian-owned Bulla Dairy Foods is Australia's largest and oldest family-owned dairy company. Founded in 1910 by Thomas Sloane in Moonee Ponds, Melbourne, Buller is still owned by the same three founding families, the Sloanes, Andersons, and Downies, now in their sixth generation. Their yogurt is made with 100% fresh Australian milk, no milk powder, at their Victorian facilities. When you buy Buller, you support over 600 Australian employees and genuine family ownership. Family Yoplait might be a French brand name, but in Australia it is manufactured by Bega Dairy and Drinks. In January 2021, Bega acquired Lion Dairy and Drinks for $534 million, bringing Yoplait back under Australian control. Bega originated as a farmer cooperative in 1899, and close to half its publicly traded shares are still held by farmer suppliers. Bega Baramba Organics is a certified organic Australian dairy based in Queensland. Their non-homogenised yogurts are set in the tub and come with a natural creamy top. They are family-owned, multi-award winning and committed to sustainable farming practices. Organic Mungali Creek Dairy is a biodynamic family farm in far north Queensland. Their yogurts are made using traditional farmhouse methods with no additives, emulsifiers, gelatines or colorants. The farm uses volcanic basalt soils and Jersey cows to produce rich, creamy milk. They are certified biodynamic by Demeter. Biodynamic Farmers Union Yogurt is also owned by Bega, making it another genuinely Australian-owned option. Here is the bottom line. Most yogurt brands on Australian supermarket shelves are owned by French, American or Canadian multinationals. Jalna was sold to Lactalis. Gippsland Dairy was sold to Chobani. Tamar Valley, Valia and Ski are all French-owned. Danone operates through a joint venture with Canadian-owned Saputo. Meanwhile, Lactalis has been fined nearly $1 million for unfair treatment of farmers. Murray Goulburn collapsed and was sold to Canadian shareholders, and some flavoured yogurts contain as much sugar as ice cream while being marketed as health foods. Sugar. But you have choices. Buller is genuinely Australian family-owned since 1910. Yoplait and Farmers Union are manufactured by Australian-owned Bega. Baramba Organics and Mungali Creek are family farms committed to quality. Every time you choose Australian-owned yogurt, you are voting with your wallet. You are supporting local manufacturers, local farmers, and keeping profits in Australian communities instead of sending them to France, America, or Canada. Check your fridge tonight, read the label, and next time you reach for yogurt, make it Australian-owned. Check. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe and share it with someone who needs to know the truth about their yogurt. Subscribe. Until next time, buy Australian. Buy Australian.